Do you remember the last time you felt inspired? And I mean truly inspired to the point where you actually got up and made something.
And action!
For me, more often than not, when I get hit with that wave of inspiration, it leaves me just as quickly as it hit me. But this is a story about a time when I actually decided to turn that inspiration into something real. Recently, I feel like I've lost a bit of my spark to create. Whether it's the endless amount of shitty Instagram reels that I've been scrolling through, or the terribly depressing 24-hour news cycle, whatever it is, I just haven't had that motivation to get out and press record. But then I stumbled across this film. A surf film called Layers by Nainoa and Connor Trimble. I don't know what it was. The colors, the story, the sound, it just ignited this feeling inside of me to get out and make my own surf film. So that's exactly what I did. What up, dog?
Dude, what up?
You trying to go to Hawaii?
Hawaii. Let's do it.
Hawaii! That was a totally real and definitely not staged phone call with this guy, my good friend Chase Viken. Chase is an incredible DP who introduced me to Matty and Tara, who I knew immediately were going to be a perfect subject for this film. And over the course of the next 36 hours, we all did our best to have a bit of fun and make a short film about surf photography. No sleep, no real planning, just good people with a good story and one big wave of inspiration. Enjoy.
Aloha kako, my name is Matty Leong, and I am a surf photographer from the island of Oahu. The ocean holds a special place in my heart. Along with photography, it gave me a purpose to grow closer to my girlfriend Tara and connect deeper with my surroundings. And it taught me how to find peace in life and within myself, but never in ways I expected. Five years ago, I was caught in a riptide that nearly took my life. And ever since that day, the ocean terrified me. I found myself at my lowest, in a dark place that I couldn't lift myself out of. And then I found surf photography. And shooting became that reason for me to push beyond the fear that once kept me out of the ocean. God showed me that it was okay to be afraid, and reassured me that I could not only face my fear of the ocean, but also my doubts of ever making it as a photographer. I realized that the ocean wasn't put here to take my life. It was put here to save it.
What do you think? Man, I get so happy when I watch that thing back because we had no storyboard, no shot list, no real plan. We went in there with good people and just made something. We had 36 hours to shoot the whole thing. We had barely any waves, which is pretty important for a surf film, but it was just good people telling a good story and making creative shit, which is what I live for and what I stand for. And it just makes me feel good, and I couldn't have done it without the support of my friends over at Polar Pro You saw me shooting with this bad boy. They just released their new pivot shoulder rig, which is what I was using to film the entire thing. By now you know Polar Pro has the best filters in the game, their base camp system, their VNDs, and now they stepped their game up by adding this shoulder rig. It's easily the smallest, most portable shoulder rig on the market, so for a travel filmmaker, instead of like hunching over and hurting your back using a top handle, it just is nice and comfortable to rest on my back over a long day of shooting. It gives the footage this natural sway, which I really like, and on top of all that, if you ever show up to a set with one of these, people are gonna take you really seriously, which is always a bonus. Long story short, this has just become one of my new favorite products. It's lightweight, it's built incredibly well. It removes all of those like micro jitters that you get in a lot of cameras and just gives you that genuine filmic, authentic shake, which I really, really like. And sometimes it's nice to just hold it and feel like a real filmmaker for a bit. So if you are interested in getting the Polar Pro Pivot Shoulder Rig, please do me a huge favor, use the link in my description, click on that, just check it out, or get any other Polar Pro products while you're there. Their filters, their base camp system, whatever you want. They're a great company with amazing products. Just help me out, use the link in my description. It goes a lot further than you think. So thank you Polar Pro for sponsoring this video, which has a purpose. And that purpose is when you feel inspired, act on it. Turn off YouTube, stop watching tutorials, get outside, and just make something. Because your next big wave of inspiration is bound to happen. And you can either watch it pass, or you can do something about it. That part is up to you. Peace.